Hi, in today's lesson we're looking at the difference between the two verbs listen and hear. These two verbs are often confused. Keep watching until the end when there'll be a quiz to test yourself to see how much you've learned. So let's start with listen. So here you're listening very carefully to what I'm saying, right? We use listen when we pay attention to something or someone. You are focused and making an effort. It's a conscious action, so we use listen. After listen, note the to before an object or person. For example, every morning I listen to the news on the radio, not I listen news on the radio. We use listen to when you want to say what it is that you're trying to hear. Or another example could be, Jack, listen to me, I've something important to tell you. Again, it's a conscious action. We need you to pay attention to what the speaker is saying. So we need to listen to the speaker. But we can also use listen without to if we do not mention the object. Here's an example. Nora, listen, I don't want you staying out late. Here, this is an order and it's not followed by an object, so there is no to. Or if it's used as a discourse marker, that's something we say just to connect, organize or manage what we say. You could say, listen, I was wondering if you could help me. Here we're introducing what we're going to say. Whereas we use hear when sounds and music come to your ears, so therefore you're not paying attention. For example, suddenly I heard a noise in the house. The noise came to our ears without us wanting it. Or, did you hear the thunder last night? Again, the thunder came to our ears without us actively wanting to hear it. Maybe we were sleeping. Here's another example. The man is on the phone. He says, I can hear you really clearly. And not, I'm hearing you really clearly. Because we don't normally use hear in the continuous form, but instead we would use hear with can. Finally, sometimes we can use either hear or listen to, depending on what we want to emphasize. So what's the difference between these two sentences? Did you hear that interview with Meghan Markle on the radio yesterday? And did you listen to that interview with Meghan Markle on the radio yesterday? In the first sentence, we are emphasizing the interview being on the radio and we just happened to hear the interview. It was almost in the background. It wasn't something that you had planned to do. Whereas in the second sentence, the emphasis is on the action. You paid attention to the interview. It was something you concentrated on. You wanted to listen to it. Or, I love hearing the sound of falling rain. Here it implies that the sound of the rain just comes to our ears without us making any effort or paying attention to it. And I love listening to the sound of falling rain. Here it implies that we are paying attention to the rain falling. It's an action on our part. Okay, so now it's your turn. Fill in the gaps with either hear or listen to. Number 1, we live near the motorway and can't blank the traffic non-stop. Hear. You hear the noise. It comes to our ears without us really wanting to hear it. It's almost a background noise. 2. Laura was in the kitchen, so she didn't blank the telephone when it rang. Hear. This time it's in the negative, so the noise didn't get to her ears, so she didn't hear it. 3. Frank looks so relaxed when he's blank music on his phone. listening to. We listen to music as we're paying attention to the music. It's something we want to do and involves an active choice on our part. So that's it for today. You now know the difference between listen and hear in English. Remember to like this video if you found it useful, share it with your friends and family learning English, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the link down below now. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll see you very soon, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.